This is my 1993 Mercedes 400 SEL that I got from the New York public auction for $650. It runs, drives, it's clunky, brakes are terrible. This is black blue, black pearl, 199 color code with ash leather interior. We're going to be going over suspension, very minor engine work. The car runs fantastic. Suspension, brakes, a little bit of interior as well.
From the outside, the car looks great. There's very minor dents. There's only a few that I really came across. It's a long car, 400. It's got a little paint missing, front bumper here. I'm not sure if I'm going to address that yet. The badge is very crooked. That bothers me. That's going to have to be replaced. Somebody did this off the thing and put that in there. Regardless, this little reflector here, cover piece, I have that in the trunk. It fell off. The glass is starting to milk very minorly here. And along here with this, it's not a crack either on the inside or the outside, but something happened here, and it just kind of looks a little ugly. Let's go on to the other side. It does look great. It's 93, so it's very early. Second year of the 140. This little jack cover piece is missing there. Somebody must have ran into a curb or something. Something happened. This little cover I have, but other than that, the car presents itself wonderfully. It runs fantastic. There's a little screech from the, let's see, let's go into the interior here. I got those little protections. I clean the carpets. I don't want to get them dirty with all this mud here. So the interior, the leather's in okay shape. Somebody obviously was a smoker, but it's not terribly ripped or anything. The passenger side is probably where the most rips are, but I mean, it's old leather. I have no idea what happened here. Okay, it's got this brilliant thing here. It works great. Pops open. Fantastic. Let's see. AC, heat, works. It's just nice. You know? The back seat, I have the rear cover off from the trunk because I was cleaning out the fuel sender unit. The gas gauge was a little wonky, so I cleaned that all up. That works wonderful. And well, we're going to be replacing the rear shocks, so this needed to come off. No heated, no electric seats in the back, no heated seats in the front, surprisingly. However, soft close works great. The soft close works off the rear pump that's in the trunk. There was another pump that's in the back seat that was completely shot. That's out of the car. I'm waiting for a replacement. And yeah, soft close works great. Let's get under the hood first. Dirty? What's dirty? Oops, I'll do that again. There was a temporary fix with a 10mm nut. I'm gonna get a correct screw thing for that. This bothers me. I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything about it, but I mean, it's hot air intake here. Other than that, I mean, it's completely smooth. When you touch it, it doesn't even feel like the engine's running. But that little pulley there, it's a tensioner pulley. That one right there. That's making a little bit of a noise, so that's going to get replaced. There was a power steering leak. Just a little bit down there. nothing crazy. It might be that there's a little rubber line that runs there. That's probably the problem. We're going to replace the brake fluid. We're going to replace the power steering fluid, power steering filter. But you know, the best part about this car, completely rust-free. When we get underneath it, and when we see what she's made out of, someone must have kept her in the garage. The story is that the previous owner of the car, I believe it was the second one, he passed away and the car was sitting on the side of the street somewhere in Brooklyn or whatever it was. And it's been ticketed and impounded and then sold at the public auction. So as soon as I laid my eyes on it, I knew I had to get it. This, I believe, does not have SLS or self-leveling suspension in the back, so we're just going to be replacing all the shocks and making it mechanically perfect for a daily driver or wherever. But it's got to get mechanically sorted. There's no way I can possibly sell it this way. So we pulled a 124 out of there and we'll get started. Here we are. There's a complete part layout. Let's start from the front here. We're gonna go with Liquimali 1040. This is semi-synthetic. Good for these old engines. It's got all the anti-friction stuff and whatnots. Man filter, of course. New emblem, ornament, silver star. Idler pulley, or tensioner pulley in this case. Air filters. All four corners are going to receive Bilstein B4 shocks. New sway bar links and sway bar bushings. New upper control arms. Engine mounts. Here we have a drag link and the shock. And now moving on to the brakes, we have Bosch Quiet Cast on all four corners, as well as Akebono ceramic brake pads also on all four corners. So this is going to be our front setup. Moving on to the rear here, a little simpler. I said Bilstein B4, all four corners. The sway bar links, these are plastic. The infamous ball joint, whatever you want to call it, control arm bushings. These are pressed in. Our cool line, fuel line. This goes from, I believe, the fuel filter to the tank. I'm gonna have to double check that. Of course, a brand new filter. Bosch Quiet Cast for the rear as well. Akebono ceramic pads, and of course, brake lines on all four corners. We're also going to do differential fluid. We're going to also flush the brake fluid. One thing missing from here is a power steering filter, because we're also going to be replacing the power steering fluid. Before I realized I made a mistake, because I was making the videos with the phone standing up instead of laying down like this. So from now on, everything should be recorded this way around. Anyway, let's get right to it. Uh-oh, bye-bye. There we go. It's this guy. Clean that, mold that together somehow. Retrieve the nut. Alright. What are we looking at? What I'm smelling is lots of gasoline. Lots of it. There we go. Okay. Now that could be fixed. Okay. What do we need? Better need some wrenches. This whole body is so solid. All the brake lights, there's no rust on them. Nothing. There's not even corrosion. All the metal hard lines. Anyway. Guibo, flex disc, whatever you want to call it. There's no cracks, nothing. Someone must have replaced this at some point. Really, really nice condition. Anyway, this hose here is leaking. Okay, this hose runs here around the filter, upstairs there, right above it, and then it runs here upstairs to that joint here. Okay, so we gotta disconnect it there. I think I'll put some penetrant on that. And this doesn't look too bad. It's fitting, but we gotta get rid of this filter anyway. Now, there is a Phillips screw right there that loosens this little bracket that goes right here. And the filter should come out. But first, I have to disconnect it here where it joins with the fuel pumps. Well, the bottom one at least. So that joins here. We're not gonna touch this. There's a little check valve there. Sometimes they get clogged up or whatnot. This little check valve here. But we're not touching the fuel pumps. The fuel pumps are perfectly fine. So I'm gonna disconnect it there. And then I'm gonna disconnect it here. Yeah. I'll take out this little screw, pull the filter out, and then go up above and disconnect that guy. All right, let's get to work. She's tied up there. Thank you. This one, I guess, for the rest of the day. Now, we do not need that check valve there because we have a new one. There's a new one in the filter here. Like little guy. So that one is not necessary. I'm gonna go that essentially. Okay, good. Oh, wonderful. Okay, good. That wasn't too hard. That wasn't hard at all. Yep. There's gonna be gas coming out of this side as well. Yes, there will. Okay, good. So that's the bad hose. I'm gonna disconnect this. Oh, wow. Hello. Okay, good. Uh-oh. Oh, nice. Let's just get this screw here. That might loosen it up just a little bit more. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, good. Okay, here we go. Okay, you know what? No, I'm just gonna take this out entirely. Definitely make sure I lose that somewhere. Hopefully not. Leaves. Okay, I'm gonna put this nut and screw together just so I know exactly what they're for. Oh, of course. How could I forget? Okay. I wonder, why isn't that pulling out? Yeah, this is why. There's the filter. And it's, both sides are pretty clean. I want to see what year this is from. There's a little plastic sleeve that I would like to retrieve and slide on the new one. Definitely gotta clean this guy. Bosch, made in España. I don't see a date. Yeah, I don't see a date on it. It's definitely been here for a while. Anyway. So now with that disconnected, here's our little banjo bolt. There we go. So there's two crush washers, which we are not going to reuse. I'm gonna get ourselves some new ones. Very good. This looks nice and clean. Now, there's a little bracket here. Definitely don't want to lose that. I'm gonna clean this guy up too. I'm gonna clean all of this up. I'm just gonna come in here with the psh, psh, and just give this a little kind of like that. All right. Okay, good. So this is not leaking, so I can stick my head in here. Find all the bolts, bracketry. And clean up the sleeve. The filter, you gotta mind the direction. There's arrows, but at this one, I mean, you can't really mess it. You can't put it in like this. It won't fit. There's only one way this could go. So, but mind the direction of the filter. The car's gonna run rough and have rough idles and whatnot, and then I'm gonna be questioning, what the hell did I do wrong? All right, let's see. That's the little fella that we're dealing with up there, and that runs down here around the filter to here. There it is, and this was severely cracked. I'll show you on the bench because this isn't really, the lighting here is not great. Oh, but you can see it here. Look at those cracks. But it was leaking from somewhere above the filter, right around here. Well, anyway, let me crack that open. Then I'll bring you in further. All right, now that we got things just a little bit cleaner, just some degreaser, brush, rag. I just wanted to get that muck out of there. Now it's time for the new hose. I'm gonna throw her back in. I don't think we need that anymore. Could, technically should be spinning the fitting there. Let's see if I can grab onto it though. Oh yeah. Oh sure. Okay, good. And now we just have to make sure. So let me just make this pretty hand tight. Just so that I can make sure. That's hand tight, so then I can make sure that this sits correctly and it doesn't have any bends in it. So it runs like that and up this way. So ideally I would like to have it just a little twisted this way. It sits like that. Bracket here, which one is it? Like that. Here, I'll get some silicone spray on there just so I don't break this bracket. It's 31 euro plastic, everything's fragile, so you gotta be careful with stuff. But yeah, that's essentially how that's gonna go. The filter's gonna go right here. Boom. Okay. So, if I can just untwist it a little bit. Get it to go the other way a little first and then tighten it. Alright, let's tighten it down. Let's see what she's gonna do.
Well, this wasn't really tight to begin with, so I'm not going to go crazy here.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna do. There's no reason to go crazy here. Okay, that's gonna run under here like that. Look at that. Perfect. Filter. I have to clean this little plastic sleeve because I just hate the way it looks. I don't even want to put it on this nice clean filter. It's still, it still has the rust marks and whatnot, but it's good enough for me. Mustn't forget new crush washers there. I'm gonna retrieve them in just a sec. Put that on there. I believe it was something like that. I'm gonna write a date on here. I'm gonna write a date on mostly everything. The differential, fuel filter. Just so when the next person comes in here, no, you don't want to leave a guy stranded. You know, someone comes down here, they know what the deal is. Yeah, okay, good. That's gonna go back there. Okay, so it's not, I can't really push it because this is a metal line. So let me just, oh, I see why the screw is so long, because, so this is the bracket. I gotta clean this bracket up. So that bracket goes up there and holds the hose there, like that. So there is the same bracket upstairs, up there, that holds the hose, and then the screw screws into it, and that's what holds the screw. Got it. Bracket's a little bit cleaner. A little bit better. All right. I like the little Mercedes logo it has on there. Crush washers and silicone spray. Okay. Bracket. And some brand new crush washers. The filter going. I'm gonna wipe all this down after. So the bracket, it goes approximately there. Nice. And nice. So that's this piece of the bracket. Is that gonna be enough? I think I'm gonna need a little more here. Slide the bracket back a little bit. This is why silicone spray is essential for these things. How did I have this wrapped? Let me see. There we go. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Let's leave it for now. So, slide this in. Make sure the plastic is, yeah. Make sure the plastic is in the metal, in between the metal, so it's not scratching the filter, or so that the filter can't escape. Okay. So that's as much as that's gonna go. Plastic wrapper is straight. Put this little screw through here and through Where's the top? Okay, just like that. Nice. And now, where's the nut? Okay, got it. This glove is gonna be the death of me. Get out of here. Okay. Here we go. Right. Nice. So a little screw, a little Phillips screw with a little nut in the back. I believe that's an 8mm, maybe a 7. I think it's an 8. Done there. This time, my screwdriver. Got it. Go in there so I can see what the nut's doing. So I'm holding it with my fingers. It's not spinning. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna tighten it fully yet. Okay, I just want to button everything up correctly first. Here's our bracket up there. Okay. And then she'll route around like so. Okay, let me just plug this in first. Okay. So I'll let that hang like that. See, the thing is that when someone was here, this hose was not connected to this bracket. I don't know, it's probably showing in the other part of the video there. Let's get this a little more here. I'm gonna wipe that down after. So, oh, I must have snapped it already. That's what you get. Not too tight. Okay, just tight enough so it doesn't fall out. Make sure this one's tight. Hold this nut. Again, I'm just holding the nut with my fingers. It's not spinning. So that's it. It stops. Leave it there. Now I can squeeze the hose here. Like so. Nice. Look at that. Beautiful. Tighten that. I'm gonna put this line back there with new brush washers. Maybe not. Maybe not. Nope. Okay, good. Do that like that. One on one side of the fitting, one on the other side. Nice. 17 with a 19. Is that the same? Still 19? Could be an 18 actually. Didn't bring an 18, did I? Huh. Okay, 19 what then? 19 or 18 on the filter side, on the permanent side, and then a 17 on the banjo bolt. Just give it a snug. You do not have to over tighten this. Don't go crazy. That's why you have the crush washers there. They crush and they seal. There we go. That's it. That's absolutely it. This side, I know for a fact it's not gonna leak. Now, so these were also a, is this smaller? No, it's not smaller. Okay, so it is a 19 on the check valve here. And then 17 on the fitting. Tighten that up. Again, nothing crazy here. That's it. That's it. That's all you need. Okay, let me give this a final wipe. This rag should be put out of commission. Now, I'm gonna go start the car. You stay here. Watch this for leaks. I'm gonna go prime it 3-4 times. Start it, and then we'll see if it's leaking. See if that's a job well done or not. So, Here's the finished product. New filter. Surprisingly not leaky hoses. There's a new banjo bolt that came with the filter. New feed line. New crush washers on this side. Just cleaned up a little bit. Nice. Job well done. Okay, now I'm gonna move on to this cover here. I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna try to glue it together, put it back on, so we can button this particular corner of the car up. Cool. All right, and then we got the things buttoned up here. Wrote the date on there, January 2024. Did my tight marks on there, as well as there. Oh, why can't you see it? Because I'm pointing at the wrong thing. There it is. And also there. There it is. Just so I know that everything's tight. Now, clean up the cover. Give her just a little bit of glue there. It's holding. There's no reason. This isn't under any pressure, but it is clean. I can actually touch it with a clean hand and not get filthy. So we're gonna install that back up in there. Wow, that looks much better already. I'm not gonna tighten these with the gun. No way. Grab a ratchet. That's it. When you feel the bottom out, that's it. It's plastic. Remember, this is a maintenance area, right? So much for the gluing job. I'm gonna have to come in here and take care of this properly. Yeah, cleaned up, buttoned up. Cool. Let's move on.